Welcome back to another interesting video. Today, I'm going to show you the stocks to invest this week. Yes, because last week there are so many juicy stories that came up. So we're looking at pure capital gain. Capital gain simply means you buy a stock for $10, it grows from $10 to $12. So you have made $2 for one share you own. So if you have 10 shares, you have just made for yourself 20 cool dollars in passive income. That is money you earned doing absolutely nothing, just leveraging on good information. So this week, I want to put your mind to watch some stocks. And because the ones that we watched last week printed for us, and I will show you some of the stocks, majorly Palantir printed for us. We started picking Palantir from below 90 down up until 76, and Palantir ran to 111 or so. I'll show you. Okay, so we're going to start by looking at the market update this Monday. So before market opens, I'm guessing you should watch this video because they're going to help you not just for Monday, but the entire week. They would help you to put your mind in the right direction. So without much ado, my name is Julia and this is my channel. Here I show you how to make money leveraging the US stock market. There's so much money to be made, guys, passively, actively. There is so much. In fact, I'm envying you because in the next coming days, you're going to be seeing lots of amazing videos. In fact, I'll literally be doing live to play some videos that need to be in your face. So click the subscribe button if you have not done so. But if you are, hi girly, hi king. So let's get started. Let's start with market updates. So many things happened last week. We had the big bounce. Last week ended on a high note as major indices surged through a dramatic start. Like it started with Tesla giving us horrible earnings reports. And what happened? It's as if they have already priced in, and people quickly started buying Tesla. Tesla ran from 230 to God knows where. I know that Tesla is going to $300, okay? But the beautiful thing is that so many things, cost that particular bullish run because on Monday, President Trump escalated the criticism of federal chair, Powell, and he said he's not going to sack him and stuff like that. And after that, it seemed like the market just sort of eased off because and it seemed like we have not started, the Trump tariff thing seemed to have gone on break because Trump has put everyone on a pause for the meantime. So I'm going to show you two stocks that are printed. We're going to look at earnings report and economic data and look at this week, this particular week, a big week. And of course, I'm going to share 7 stocks you should watch in your radar. So let's move on. Let's start with the earnings. So this week, this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I'm really interested in Tuesday to Thursday. Why? Because Tuesday I'm looking at SoFi. This is one of my favorite stocks. I usually like buying them before their earnings because so far, anytime they report earnings, they do well. Coca-Cola, of course, it's one of my favorites. It's a blue chip company and you need to then Snapchat. Okay, so these my eyes will be here, and then Microsoft on Wednesday with Meta. These ones are the heavy weight. They are going to be pulling the weight when market closes on Wednesday. So these two companies can actually set us back or take us further up. And then on Thursday in the morning, Eli Lilly. By evening, before market, as soon as the market closes, Amazon and Apple. Can you beat that? Even Roku. So my eyes are on this week. We are going to see what is going to happen. So make sure that you keep your eyes because these are some of the things that will change the direction of the market. So that you don't just wake up and say, oh, what just happened? The market was going up and then suddenly it turned. Remember I told you that this is one of the difficult times, especially if you're a beginner who just started small, which someone asked me and said, I'm just starting small with like $100. What am I going to do with $100? So that will probably be my next video. I'll just run you through how I will spend my $100. But for today, we're looking at Nvidia, Amazon, Tesla, AMD, Intel, Meta, and AVGO Broadcom. Now, I'm not going to be picking them alphabetically like how I listed it. Just know that I'm going to look into all these particular stocks. So hang on and we'll look at it. So before we do that, I just want to mention that I saw this news that Trump is going to be speaking on Sunday. There will be no exceptions for tariff on electronics. So he's going to clarify this on Monday. So we are hoping to see how this will change the game. It may actually make the market to drop because when Mr. President opens his mouth, a lot of things happen. And of course, the Trump tariff with China is still ongoing and other countries like Japan. So look at this. Look at this, guys. Okay, let me show you this first. So this was market last week. This, can you see green, green, green? Just few reds, but major stocks. See Microsoft, green, Palantir, green, Oracle, green, CrowdStrike, Nvidia, AVGO, AMD, Apple, Amazon, Tesla, 9%, Meta, 2%, Google. Look at this amazing move last week. So we're expecting that to happen again this particular week. So this, just go to your Google and type investing.com and you go to the economic calendar. You will see for this week all the important reports that will be reported. So just make sure you focus on the USD, the ones that have the USD, and then look through. You can see the ones that have 3 points are the ones that are very important, like the JOLTS job openings, okay, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to dwell so much in it. I just want to take us to the chart, and I'm going to be using two different charts. I'm going to show us the SPY. This is the S&P 500. That's you must be looking at this particular one every week. So look at this. Look at this drop from 611 down to 486. And we made a major move. I just want to expand this so you see this type of massive move. So we picked up here and sold off. Picked up crazily here and then tried to sell off, picked up. We tried to sell off again, came up here. So you can see that the whole of last week in particular, let's look at last week in particular, this move. So you can see this was the beautiful move. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Look at this. But I just want you to know that we are not out of the woods yet. See, we are still within this range. You can see I have marked this range. The reason why I marked it is that so far we are within this range. Anything can happen. We can still go back here. So I'm expecting the fact that when we go back here, for me, I'm not going to panic. I've taken some precautions, which I have explained to people in my community. There are stocks we buy when stock market begins to drop. Stocks like SQQQQ. So we are positioning in case the market begins to drop. But peradventure the market pushes up. It is when market crosses this particular 577 that I am particularly going to be comfortable that we are out of the woods. So far we are still within this range. I still feel like this move here isn't so nice so far, so far. So just keep that in mind. And on that note, I'm going to let us look at Amazon, okay? So this is Amazon. Amazon used to be around 240 and it dropped up until 160. So people in my community, I told them that they should buy this stock the moment it entered 167. Okay, you can see it retesting 169, 160, coming down to 165 again, 166. So this was a very beautiful range. So anytime they report earnings, they usually do very well. Let's see how this works out. But this is forming a W shape, which most likely would break this 199 because I'm looking at this 199 as a critical resistance area. If it reports earnings and it crosses this, then most likely this stock is heading up. Even if it comes right back, it may just come to retest this 180. So this is a plan. Just keep this in mind. But in the long run, in the long term, this stock will pay you very well. Imagine getting in at 165, 170, and you let this stock rise to 250. That's a lot of good money that you're making. So let's look at Nvidia. Let's look at Nvidia. Nvidia has this resistance at around this 111114 range. You can see it. You see this? It tried to break off, it dropped. It tried to come back again, it dropped. So if we see this break across, and that will happen when all these stocks like Meta, Amazon, Microsoft report their earnings. Let's see how that goes. But look at this. If it comes back to retest this place, I'll be happy, because you can see I have marked it already that this is my buying zone. So just keep this in mind. So that is um for Amazon. I'm sorry, Nvidia. So let's look at Tesla. Let's look at Tesla. I think I have Tesla here. So let's look at Tesla. So this is Tesla. For me, Tesla is still hovering within this range. You see this whole range. Until Tesla breaks into 300, I will know that Tesla is making its way to test 340, 350. So since we are still here, anything can happen. This stock can pull back right into the 250s, and I will gladly jump right back in and pick few more. So just understand that this is a range that you need to. So anytime Tesla is down, it is one of the sweetest stocks to own when they are down. Look at this beautiful move. You see, try to pick up, dropped again, try to pick up, dropped again, try to pick up. Now we are here. Let's see what happens this week, whether we are able to break this 258. So let me take it to the 5 minutes. Let's look at it, So see it, see hovering 286. So when market opens tomorrow, let's watch from pre-market and we'll see what's going to happen. Now let me get into my Weibo, and let us look at other ones I have mentioned here. So let's look at AMD. Let's look at AMD. So this is AMD, okay? AMD has really sold off from, let me go on the weekly so that you get to see where it used to be at 227 and it dropped to 76. This is a stock that you can buy this for your child. Just buy this stock. You can pick it in $10, $20, $15, $30, and this stock is definitely going back to 200. Imagine getting it at 80 and it goes to 200, over 200%. So this stock, because I feel like it has let me go to the 1 hour. It has a strong resistance around, you know 90, 91, and then I'm looking at this stock breaking into 100 this particular week. Let's see what's going to happen. Another stock I love, which you should put on your radar, is AVGO. They've been having a sweet pull up. Sweet pull up. Look at this. Look at this, guys. It's been attempting to make a new high. It dropped to 138. This is a stock I missed. So now I'm keeping an eye. I'm really wishing this stock will come back to 160 or 150 or 140 again. Look at this. Move to 180, drop back. Now is at 190. This stock is making a beautiful move. AVGO, Broadcom. This is a very good stock you should keep on your radar. Then let's talk about Intel. I think that's the last one I'm going to mention. So this is Intel. Intel is also playing in the AI, but they've not been doing well. But something good is happening. They have a new CEO, and currently the man is about to sack 1/5 of the entire workforce to restructure and see how it will get this company up and running. Now, this stock, I would like to buy it if I see it around 18. I would like to get it and ride it up to 25, 26, 27 to sell for a sweet short-term move. I'm not so sure if I'm going to have this stock for a long-term move, but definitely on a short-term route, it's going to do a lot of beautiful things for me. So let's speak about the stock that we actually bought last week that did a lot of wonders for us. So this is Palantir. We've been getting this at 60, 70, 80. Some got at 85, and now this stock touched 113. This stock is going to retest this 125. This is a beautiful stock. Anytime I see this stock make any pullback, I rush it. So see this move down here, see this move down here. It's always an opportunity. So if anything happens and the market drops back again, which I see happening, I still see the market dropping a little bit before making another up high. So if you see it that way, just know that this is it. Of course, you can join our community. This is just my own personal views. It's not a financial advice, but you can join the community and you see how we do it. And I give you my stock buys and sell. Join